Hello everyone, welcome to Raos Academy. Today we are going to discuss Indian climate. Before starting this class, we have to discuss some basic concepts regarding Indian climate. Before discussing basic concepts also, I have to ask a question, why we need to study Indian climate as a UPSC aspirant. Why we need to study Indian climate? Because Indian climate is very important. Indian climate is not limited to geography. Indian climate is not limited to geography. It is directly linked with our monsoon, rainfall, agriculture, soils, vegetation. In GS1 paper, and in GS3, along with vegetation, based on this climate, we have seen different types of civilizations in history. Different types of civilization. If we take Gangetic plains, we have seen rise of Magadha because of fertile plain lands. We have seen different types of civilizations. Means based on the Indian climate, we have seen population settlement. We have seen population distribution also. In GS3, based on the Indian climate, because of agriculture, what it explains? It is related to food security. Yes, disaster management. Because of Indian climate, we have seen natural calamities, and natural calamities are covered under disaster management, and disaster management is very important for GS3. And after disaster management, what we cover under Indian climate? Because of Indian climate, we have seen agriculture. Agriculture comes under economy, primary sector, and this agriculture is related to industry because this agriculture provides raw materials to industries, and that industries, and again we are providing services to industries, again we are going to cover services industry. Means economy also we are going to interpret based on Indian climate. After economy, what? Environment, and after environment, climate change. Means this one topic explains, we can interlink. If you understand Indian climate properly, you can understand all these things. And after becoming a civil servant, what is your basic work? You will be having field work. What is the main work of a civil servant? Civil servant will handle with crop loss, farmer distress, MSP issues. Yes, MSP issues, farmers distress, agricultural issues, and rural policies are framed on Indian climate. Irrigation planning, all these depend on the timing of even irrigation planning. All these are dependent on the timing of monsoon and distribution of rainfall. Yes, distribution of rainfall also. See, that's why for a civil servant or an UPSC aspirant, Indian climate plays a very important role in your syllabus, and after getting a service also, this Indian climate plays a very important role. So before starting this Indian climate, we are going to discuss some basic concepts. Fast recap of some basic concepts. First, what are the basic concepts we are going to cover? Because if I recap all these basic concepts, you can understand all the weathers easily. First thing, weather versus climate. What is weather versus climate? What is weather versus climate? That you have to know. Weather refers to short term atmospheric conditions in a specific area. Short term, weather is related to short term atmospheric conditions in a specific area. But when you talk about climate, it's a long term phenomena. It's a long term atmospheric conditions. It refers to the average weather conditions over a long period of time. Average weather condition of a place over a long period of time. Example, approximately 30 years. In weather, you will see day to day changes, short term atmospheric conditions in a specific area. But under climate, on an average weather condition over a long period of time. For example, tropical climate or polar climate, very cool. Under weather, what you will see? A sunny day, very hot, or a foggy day. Next, after weather, one more basic concept what you have to know is unequal heat. Unequal heat is caused because of tilted earth axis at 23.5 degrees. Tilted earth axis, for example, this is earth, now this is the axis, but we are having tilted axis. This tilted axis at 23.5 degrees. Because of this tilted axis, what happens? For example, this is equator, Tropic of Cancer, and this is a straight line. If sun rays, for example, if you don't have any tilted axis, sun rays are falling continuously. Here, now earth revolution happened. After that revolution, after few days, earth has reached here and here and here. For example, this is sun. Now there is no tilted axis. Earth revolves around sun. Revolves around sun. What happens if tilted axis is not there? Straight. Earth is rotating and revolving same. Here, what you will see? Continuous heating. You don't see any differentiation. Here also earth continuously, sun rays are falling vertical on equator, here also on equator, Means continuously you are seeing summer at equator. You don't see any seasonal variation. In northern hemisphere, if slant continuously, if you see vertical rays on equator continuously day and night, then what? We cannot see variations in seasons. These seasonal variation is very important to determine any place climate. If this axis is tilted, now this is equator, this is Tropic of Cancer, this is Tropic of Cancer at June month, for example. Now vertically over, what happens here? You will see sun rays vertically over Tropic of Cancer, means in northern hemisphere you will see more insolation than southern hemisphere. Here southern hemisphere less insolation compared to northern hemisphere, and because of this more insolation you will see summer season in northern hemisphere, and because of this vertical rays over Tropic of Cancer around June, what we will call summer solstice. Because of this India becomes very hot, because India, Tropic of Cancer passes through India. Because of this India becomes very hot. India becomes very hot in May and June. Because of this low pressure forms. Because of this low pressure forms. Like that you have to interlink basics with Indian climate. That's why you have to be very clear with your basics, physical geography, geomorphology. Then again you have to learn region specific, because we are going to apply all those concepts in each and every climatic zone, and each and every, if you take natural vegetation also, soils also, everything. Majorly we are going to apply in Indian climate. After that, if you understand Indian climate, you can easily understand natural vegetation and even soils also. If more rainfall is there, there you will see laterite soils. If less rain is there, you will see sandy soil, desert soil or arid soils. Like that we are going to interlink climate with soils, with natural vegetation, and from soils we can interlink with agriculture, and from agriculture we can interlink with economy, and from economy we can interlink with disaster management also. And because of this climate, if any climatic change happens in Indian climate, what happens? You will see more landslides, more natural calamities, and that more natural calamities you can interlink with disaster management. Like that we have to interlink GS1 with GS2 and GS3. Now we have interlinked GS1 with GS3, and based on those natural calamities we can frame policies. By learning climate change, environmental issues and disaster management and economical issues, agricultural problems, all the policies of these comes under GS2, under governance, under rural development. Yes? So, like this we are going to interlink GS1 with GS3 and with GS2. First, basics should be very clear. Next, after solstice, one more basic topic. Because of this summer solstice on 21st June, because of this summer solstice in June month, May-June month, vertical rays are falling on Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer passes through India. Because of that you will see very heat in May and June month. Because of this you will see low pressure formation. Because of this you will see low pressure formation. Next, one more basic topic what you have to learn, land and water heating, land and water heating, heating and cooling. Land and water heating and cooling. Here most of the students they know land heats fast and cools fast. Water like oceans heats slow and cools slow. Because of this differentiation you will see pressure, different pressure formations, different pressure formations. Different pressure formations. Because of this differential pressure, what you will see at daytime, for example this is land, this is sea. Here you will see high pressure because low temperature. Here land heats fast, here you will see low pressure, high temperature. Because of this wind moves from high pressure to low pressure. Like that our trade wind southwest, in southwest monsoon we are going to see wind, moisture carrying wind moves from sea to land. It carries rainfall moisture and after reaching the surface we will see rainfall. Okay. When wind moves from sea to land, that wind is known as sea breeze. And at night again from land to sea, because here you will see high pressure, here you will see low pressure. This movement is the base for Indian climate or Indian monsoon. Base of Indian monsoon, base of Indian monsoon. Next, after land and water heating and cooling basic topic, we are going to discuss pressure. Pressure system. Before discussing Indian climate, everybody should know what is air pressure. What is air pressure? What is air pressure? Air has a mass and this air presses on the earth's surface. It exerts pressure, that is known as air pressure. That is known as air pressure. And we have two types of pressure, high pressure and low pressure. High pressure and low pressure. Here when cool air is dense, because of this heavy weight it sinks down. It sinks down. Here at warm surface what happens? Land heats up. Because of this land heats up, these air molecules also get heated and these air molecules rises. This warm air is lighter. This warm air is lighter and it rises. Here you will see low pressure. Here you will see low pressure. Here cool air is coming. It is sinking, means high pressure. After sinking, what you will see? Here you will see divergence. Here this divergent air moves from high pressure to low pressure. High pressure to low pressure. For example, if this is a balloon or if I take any fan fast moving fan. Now air is moving. One sheet is placed here. Now air is moving here, means it is sinking down. After that, what happened here? You will see divergence, and it is moving towards where there is no pressure, little pressure or low pressure area, because air, earth, they always maintains equilibrium. They always maintain equilibrium. Like this, high pressure to low pressure. Wind moves from high pressure to low pressure. This you have to remember. High pressure to low pressure. Air pressure system, wind movement. Because here you will see alternate low pressure systems in Indian monsoon. Because of this alternate shifting, you have to know when low pressure forms, when high pressure forms. Low pressure forms when you will see warm surface compared to ocean. If land is hot, warm, here on land you will see low pressure, and on sea you will see high pressure. When sea is more warmer than land, on sea you will see low pressure, and on land you will see high pressure. That reversal or alternative pressure systems is the key of Indian climate, And one more thing, what you have to know about jet streams. What are jet streams? What are jet streams? Jet streams fast moving winds in upper air circulation. This is upper air circulation. We are talking about upper air circulation. They move with very fast speed, because in upper air you don't see any frictional forces. Friction is not there, no obstruction. Because of that, they move very fast. Those are known as jet streams. Jet streams play a very important role. We are going to learn tropical easterly jet stream, and we are going to learn Somali jet stream. Clear? Tropical easterly jet stream and Somali easterly jet stream are very important. If you know what is a jet stream, we are going to learn in detail of these two types of jet streams in weather systems. Next. Indian climate is called monsoon climate. Now what is monsoon climate, ma'am? Monsoon climate means in monsoon climate you will see reversal of winds as per the season, and you will see distinct wet winter or dry seasons. Means we are going to see distinct wet and dry seasons under monsoon climate. Reversal of wind as per the season we are going to see, and distinct wet and dry seasons. Now, these are the salient features of Indian climate. First, we are going to see what are the salient features of Indian climate in brief, and after that we are going to discuss in detail of each and every features. Means each and every feature is covered in your weather system, like southwest monsoon, in retreating monsoon one concept is there, and in southwest monsoon we are going to cover ITCZ, all those things. But in brief we are going to discuss what are the salient features of Indian climate. First thing, Indian climate is monsoon climate. First one, yes, monsoon climate means under monsoon climate we see reversal of winds as per the seasons and distinct wet and dry seasons. Means different, clear difference we are going to see under monsoon climate. Clear? Next, one more salient feature, alternating formation of alternate pressure systems. Pressure systems over Indian land. Alternate pressure systems over Indian land. Alternate pressure systems over Indian land. For example, if I say in summers what happens? See, because of intense heating of land, here you will see low pressure, okay, and here you will see high pressure, and winds are attracted towards here, okay. Because of intense heating of land, you will see low pressure over land and high pressure over seas. Because of this high pressure and low pressure over land, winds are attracted towards land and you will see rainfall. And in winters what happens? Low temperature over land. Because of this low temperature means cold air means dense air means sinking of air, and at that place what you will see? High pressure. What you will see? High pressure. Here you will see high pressure. And because of dry weather during winters, because of this alternate pressure systems we will see reversal of winds as per the seasons. See, from high pressure to low pressure they are moving in summers, again they are reversing again. Because of the alternate pressure systems, these winds are reversing and they are moving towards sea. From sea they have moved towards land, and from land they are moving towards sea, means reversal of winds. This is known as monsoon type. Because of this monsoon type because of this alternate pressure systems we have monsoon type. Next, seasonal and variable rainfall. Seasonal and variable rainfall, for example, in June to October, you will see approximately 70 to 90% of the rainfall you will see in June to October months. And These months receives more rainfall. More rainfall. October to May receives less rainfall. In winter you will see rainfall is due to western disturbances. We are going to see all those western disturbances and how they affect rabi crops in India and how those western disturbances affect winter season, and along with that winter season we are going to see how those winter rainfall is going to affect our rabi crops in northern India. Very important this interlinking, because they are not asking any direct questions, they are interlinking Indian climate with agriculture. So basic points you have to know. You have to know interlinking in UPSC. Without interlinking you cannot write any answer or you cannot attempt any question in prelims also. For example, they have given in prelims PYQ questions. If you analyze PYQ questions, they have asked, they have interlinked solar flares with climate and solar or solar dust storms with satellites communication. Like that they have interlinked rainfall with soils and even vegetation also. And if you take GS mains question, every time they interlink Indian geography with economic perspective. So rainfall is due to western disturbances. In detail we are going to learn what are western disturbances in winter season. When we are learning about different seasons under Indian climate, we are going to learn western disturbances under winter seasons and these rainfall, how it affects our rabi crops in North India. Clear? Now we have seasonal rainfall. Next we are going to see variability in temporal and spatial. Variable rainfall. Under variable rain, time, temporal variability and spatial variability. Spatial means regional. Spatial variability we are going to see. Now what is temporal or time? Interannual variability. In some years you will see more rainfall and in some years you will see less rainfall. In some years you will see more rainfalls, more floods, and in some years we will see more droughts than floods, or minimum rainfall or less rainfall we see. Why? Because of many factors. For example, because of El Nino, La Nina, and because of heating of Tibetan Plateau. This heating of Tibetan Plateau plays a very important role in Indian climate or Indian monsoon and in rainfall also. We are going to discuss in detail. And because of Indian Ocean Dipole, IOD effect, because of Somalian jet stream, why I am writing all these reasons? Because if they ask temporal variability of rainfall is due to, if they have given any other reason like because of latitude or any some other reason, you have, or if they have given in statement 1, we have seen temporal variability in Indian climate, statement 1, and in statement 2 this temporal variability is because of El Nino, La Nina, or heating of Tibetan Plateau, Indian Ocean dipole, or Somalian jet streams. And if they have asked both statement 1 and 2 are correct and statement 2 explains statement 1, means it is correct. Yes? Or if they have seen regional variability and in explanation if they have asked about any something polar easterlies or any polar cell, that is wrong explanation. Means you have to know why we have seen temporal variation, annual variability, why in some years you will see heavy floods and more rainfall, and in some years you will see less rainfall and less precipitation and less floods or more droughts. Because of this, because of El Nino, in El Nino years you will see less rain and in La Nina years you will see more rain. All these we are going to discuss in detail, but in a brief I am explaining. Now, regional variation, for example, Mawsynram or Chirapunji of Meghalaya. Chirapunji of Meghalaya or Mawsynram, they receive 1 meter, not centimeters, 1 meter more rainfall, heavy rainfall, you will see heavy rainfall. But in Thar desert and cold desert or Leh region, you will see less rainfall. Means spatial or regional variation. Two places are present in India, but we have seen spatial variation. Why we will see spatial variation? Because of the movement of southwest monsoon and the branch which is going towards northeast first move towards northeast, and till it reaches west side all the moisture is lost and dry winds and less rainfall. Carrying capacity of that cloud carrying capacity is less, and inside the cloud moisture is less, and so you will see less rainfall in Thar desert or Leh region. Means spatial variation we will see in Indian climate. See, inside India, because of this spatial variation, temporal variation, we have seen different types of physiographic divisions. Yes? And next, breaks in rainfall. This is one more feature of Indian climate. We will see breaks in rainfall. Rain does not fall continuously. In summers you will see dry spells. In winters you will see some wet spells. In summers you will see some dry spells. Those are known as monsoon breaks. Monsoon breaks. In winters we see some wet spells. That only, winter rainfall because of western disturbances. These breaks in rainfall is the salient feature of our Indian climate. And one more feature, distinct seasonal rhythm. Already we have seen distinct seasonal rhythm means we see clear, in India we see clear monsoon based a seasonal cycle. Based on this monsoon based seasonal cycle, we will see agriculture harvesting. Agriculture harvesting. Clear? We have cold weather, hot weather, southwest monsoon season and retreating monsoon season. Means distinct season, distinct weather, wet season and distinct dry season. Because of that, we are having a seasonal cycle, and based on that seasonal cycle we have festivals, we have harvesting cycles. All those depend on Indian climate. Next, natural calamities. We have seen natural calamities like landslides, everything. This is also one more salient feature of Indian climate. It is related to disaster management. We have to link this with disaster management. And one more thing, what we will see, variation in temperature. Variation in temperature. For example, if I take Ladakh area and if I take Maharashtra or Rajasthan or Punjab, in summers you will see around 45 degrees of temperature, in Ladakh minus 45 degrees during winter. See, this much variation in temperature you will see in India. Okay, same country but one place, here Ladakh, here Punjab. Here it is approximately 45 degrees in summer, here you will see minus degrees. Means this much variation we are seeing in, both are in subtropical zone, tropical and subtropical zone, but the variation in temperature is very important. Because of this variation in temperature, we are going to see distinct pressure system and reversal of winds. All these will form a monsoon climate for our India. So, Indian climate, in next class we are going to discuss factors affecting Indian climate, and after factors affecting Indian climate, those factors are very important for your mains and prelims. They can ask in statement based questions, and or directly they can ask what are the factors affecting Indian climate, and they can ask salient features also. Next, after that we are going to discuss seasons, and after seasons, based on that seasons we are going to discuss soils, vegetation, all those we are going to interlink with Indian climate. So, Indian climate is very important. Climatology plays a very important role in your geography syllabus, because major questions, most of the questions and confusing questions comes from climatology. High pressure, low pressure, high pressure, jet streams, and ITCZ, Indian Ocean Dipole, La Nina, El Nino, all these are in climatology, and all these are favorite topics of UPSC. So, we have to learn all these topics. Next class we are going to discuss factors affecting Indian climate.